Hello there, it's Henry Parker here. I'm going to do another guitar lesson video for you today. I've been working on a tune called Memphis in Winter by Michael Chapman, who sadly passed away in September. He's been a big inspiration to me as Michael Chapman. Love his playing, and I had the pleasure of supporting him a couple of times when he was touring and playing in Leeds and Saltaire. So yeah, I'm going to play a tune called Memphis in Winter, one of my favourite songs of his, and then I'm going to break it down and show you guys how to play the tune. I'm in drop D tuning, so D, A, D, G, B, E, and here we go. I'm going to play through all the different sections to Memphis in Winter, not necessarily in a full order. The full song is about 5 minutes long, depending on the version you hear. And I should say that I'm playing the version that is on the Plaindealer album. So check that one out if you want a copy, if you want to find the version that I've based this from. Okay, so that was the full playthrough. I'm going to break down each section now and try and explain a little bit about what is going on, a few more details. And I've got a transcription, so I'm going to put that up on Patreon as well, and you can use the tab along with this video to help you out. So that main riff, a slide with your little finger up to 10th fret. It's up to you where you take this slide from, whether you take it right from down, say the 5th fret, or just from 2 frets below. So you're sliding, and then you go into a bar on the top 2 strings with your first finger on 8th fret. So you pinch with your thumb and ring finger as you slide, then thumb on the D, play 8th fret on the high E, thumb on the low D, middle finger on 8 on the B, thumb on the D. Let me play the first bar really slowly. And that is going to be a common picking pattern throughout. So thumb and ring, thumb, ring, thumb, middle, thumb. It's an alternate bass throughout the whole of the song. You're going to be keeping that going the whole time. that first bar just gets repeated down at frets 5 and 3. And then we move to a standard D minor shape and we play this. And then our first finger moves down to first fret on the B string. Little finger moves to 3, and then our middle finger comes back down to 2 on the G string. So let me play the whole intro really slowly. 3, 4. So throughout this song and most songs in the fingerpicking style, your thumb is going to take care of the bass strings. Index finger plays the G, middle plays the B, third finger plays the high E. So that's the first line. We'll move on to the second section. Here you're going to use your third finger to slide from second fret to third fret. Then put your little finger to third fret on the middle D string, the fourth string, and then your first finger comes up to first fret on the B string, so that's like a certain chord shape all of itself, like an F sus2 with a major 7. Nice chord, in fact, quite John Martin sounding. So anyway, we slide into that shape, then slide it 2 frets higher, and hopefully you can see from the tab what your fingers are doing. Thumb, thumb, middle, thumb, index, thumb, 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 middle, thumb, index, thumb, and then we're going to a kind of D power chord shape, which we're then going to replace our third fret with the first fret, and it goes like this. This whole second line, do it again, and then repeat these second 2 bars as many times as you like, really, before moving on into the verse where the vocals are going to start. It should be said that when Michael Chapman plays his songs, he plays fast and loose with the structures. You can be quite free in terms of how long you play a certain riff for. You might want to repeat it 4 times, you might want to do it 5, just depending on the kind of feel that you're going for when you're performing it at that particular time. So moving into the verse now, this is where the singing starts. We've got a bar with our first finger on the B and G strings on 3rd fret, and then our third finger comes down to 5th fret on the low E string, tuned to D, of course. So, giving us a strong G minor chord here. And we're going to do that, and then we're going to replace this third finger with our thumb on 3rd fret, so like a G minor over F. And then we're going to go back to a D shape. I should say that this D shape is played with my middle finger on 2nd fret G string and the little finger on 3rd fret B. Let me play the entire verse. So, pinch, thumb, middle, thumb, index, thumb, pinch, thumb, middle, thumb, index, thumb, hammer on the pinch, thumb, middle, thumb, index, thumb, and then we go pinch, index, thumb, middle, thumb, index, thumb. And the 2 is in brackets in that bar. It's optional whether you want to play that. So here it is with the optional note and without. So that's the verse. I'm going to move right on to the next section. It starts on a pickup. It starts on beat 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it starts on that beat 4, and then it's going into that same shape that we used earlier in the song, the John Martin chord. So yeah, thumb, 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 middle, thumb, index, thumb, ring to play the high E, and then carrying on. And then we have a run up, which takes us to your bog standard C chord, but then a C that also includes our little finger on the high E string, which you've probably done before, used a lot in classic folk blues tracks, that kind of C. And so we have this run up into the C chord. And then again we're going into this kind of hammer on D chord, hammering from the open B string. It creates a really strong sound. It's like a D minor 6 sound. This B would be the 6th in a D minor chord. So yeah, D minor, but then with this open B. And it's a very strong sound that Michael Chapman uses a lot of. In fact, one of it's just come to me now, one of Michael Chapman's favourite guitar players was Django Reinhardt, and including the 6 in a minor chord is something that Django Reinhardt did a lot of when he was playing arpeggios. Just a little point there. So perhaps taken from the great gypsy jazz guitarist. So we've run up into that C chord, and then hammering on this D. In that bar here we're playing a simple first finger chord, and then hammering back onto the 3rd fret. And then we have to play the 2nd fret on the low D string to bring it back round. The end of that section kind of breaks the picking pattern a little bit. It kind of rolls around in a more cyclical way. It's just keeping on doing a kind of thumb, index, thumb, middle, thumb, index, thumb, middle, thumb, index, thumb. So quite simple alternate bass picking. And so after that section, when I did the full playthrough earlier, I went back to the intro riff, played the 2nd riff again, and then I ended with the final riff. Sorry. Again, it's very simple, kind of pinching, thumb, middle, thumb, index, thumb, and then a ring at the end. So it's all alternate bass, and then adding fingers in between. Just look at the tab to get the exact picking pattern. Here we're sliding our 3rd finger from 4th to 5th fret on the G, and putting our 1st finger to 3rd fret on the B. That's quite an intriguing chord. Very ambiguous sounding. So obviously it's based in D. We've also got a C in there, which would be a minor 7. Gives it a mixed Lydian or minor sound. And then we've got an E, which is a 9th. So we're not even sure if it's major or minor, that chord. There's no 3rd in it. So again, quite dark and ambiguous sounding. And if you want to play the piece as an instrumental, you can kind of end on that riff and just fade out a bit like I did earlier and do a slow down at the end. Okay, great, and that's all the sections for Memphis in Winter. I hope you've been hope you enjoyed trying to learn it. It's a great tune. There's a fantastic video of him playing it live at a BBC concert. And it was this fantastic concert where you've got Martin Simpson, Steve Tilston and Michael Chapman all sat in a round doing a kind of songwriter's circle type thing. And it's really nice to watch Martin Simpson and Steve Tilston sat back enjoying Chapman while he plays this song. So incredible song. There's a great version on the album 50 as well, but this is based on the Plaindealer version. Let me know how you get on with this, if you've enjoyed the lesson and the breakdown. Let me know if you need any more detail on it. And yeah, see you again for another guitar lesson video and more exciting content. And I hope you've been enjoying the new album as well. So let me know all about it. Take care. See you later.